It would be fair to say at this point, we've covered a lot of different types of struggling sides in our FM26 Save Idea video so far, but there are a number of great candidates and teams that just haven't quite fit into those specific categories that we've discussed already. As a result of that, today we're going to look at 4 sides from the major European Football League pyramids that have fallen on hard times and need you to help rebuild them from in the trenches. There's some great teams ready to be rebuilt, so let me know if any of the ones we discussed today appeal to you. And don't forget that you can also pre-order Football Manager 26 via my fanatical link up in the eye above or description below. It will automatically add promo code LOADFM26 for an extra 5% off, a total of 22% off Steam's price. With that out the way though, let's look at the first of my chosen 4 stuck in the trenches teams that may need your help in rebuilding their reputation in FM26. We start in Portugal with a club that have generally had a very good 21st century, but it's all going a little bit wrong now. From 2001 to 2023, Pacos de Ferreira only spent 2 years outside of the Portuguese top flight, with a Portuguese Cup final, Europa League group stage football, and even appearances against Larne and Spurs from the UK in Europa Conference qualifying as recently as 2021. Since then, however, things haven't gone quite so well. Just a season later, after that last European appearance, the club were relegated from the top tier in the 2022-23 campaign in Portugal. Just 2 years later, relegation was threatened yet again, as the club finished 3rd bottom of the Liga 2 and only managed to survive in the relegation playoffs. If that wasn't enough, recent seasons have seen the club succumb to significant and frequent financial problems too. A mix of building debt and resulting key player sales have seen the squad continuously weakened in the last few years. Now the club needs a hero to help them return to the top flight and perhaps even overachieve again. The question is, will it be you? For our second team, we move to Italy, and where has it all gone wrong for the once great Sampdoria? The club were famously Italian League and Cup winners in the early 1990s, as well as European Cup finalists. After spending 19 out of 20 seasons in Serie A from 2003 though, relegation from the top tier in 2023 came at the end of a brutal season. A bottom place finish sent the club to Serie B, but optimism was still there of an immediate return, and that was heightened by the appointment of Italian legend Andrea Pirlo after their top tier relegation. Sadly though, this never materialised, and stability has never been near the club since. 4 managers and less than 2 seasons later, Sampdoria found themselves in a second tier relegation playoff against Salernitana, another club we discussed extensively in our Stop the Rot Challenges video a few weeks back. They only had this reprieve thanks to the points deduction of Brescia during the regular season and right near the end of it too, and they made good use of it in the end, winning 5-0 over the controversial 2-legged tie, which included a food poisoning saga for good measure. This summer, former player Massimo Donati, who many UK fans, particularly north of the border, may remember, was placed in charge of the club, with the team looking to start improving and moving forward up the division once more. Despite the addition of Scottish midfielder Liam Henderson, if you want a familiar UK name, another slow start has followed. But could you be the manager to help the club avoid an embarrassing drop to Serie C before taking them back to the top end of Italian football, where they were once regulars? We move to France for our third side, and a team that has hit a rut after a 20-year period of relative success. From 2004 to 2006, Valenciennes won back-to-back promotions and titles from the third-tier French football to Ligue 1. An 8-year stay followed in the top tier, with the club establishing themselves as a mid-table team, having narrowly survived in their debut season. In 2014, though, a sudden demise followed. Relegation from Ligue 1 led to the inevitable financial troubles that so often get discussed in these videos, with one narrow escape from demotion to the 4th tier during the following years too. Despite this, the club was still a solid second tier side on the pitch until 2021. Then they began to dice with danger, unfortunately. 2 16th place finishes in succession and survivals in League 2 were followed by disaster in 2024, as the club slumped to relegation with a 19th place finish. This ended a 19-year stint in the professional leagues and signalled a return to the 3rd tier, where sadly the club were unable to compete strongly last season. A mid-table finish provided precious little inspiration, and this season has started with similar levels of mediocrity. But can you be the manager to restore optimism, success, and a place in the professional French leagues? We finish with our fourth team in Spain, and a club that's been in a slump and stuck in the trenches for a little bit longer than the three we've just discussed. For Real Murcia, a place in the top two tiers of Spanish football was the normal expectation until at least the 1990s, when they had their first difficult decade of their recent history. Despite this, they bounced back in style, culminating in 2 La Liga appearances in the noughties. During this decade, the club were entirely based in the top 2 divisions once more. Normality restored. Or was it? Relegations from the second tier in both 2011 and 2014, the latter due to administrative and regulation problems, sent the club back to the third tier where sadly they've never returned from. With a league restructuring in 2021 in Spain that even caused a year in the fourth tier, Murcia have been languishing for a long time in the Spanish pyramid. After a second place finish last year, followed by playoff disappointment, there was optimism ahead of this new season. They've started it slowly in real life, but can you produce an alternative outcome and restore this club to its former expectations should you take on this challenge in FM26? Those are just my suggested in the trenches challenges for Football Manager 26. Let me know if you plan to take on any of these rebuilding challenges, and if not, tell me who you're managing first when the FM26 beta is released, either later this week or at the start of next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with much more FM26 content, including my save plans, which will be confirmed in the coming days, and daily videos from the new game once it's released. You can also pre-order Football Manager 26 via Fanatical using my link in the eye above or description below. Add in promo code LOADFM26 for an extra 5% off. This will automatically apply if you use the links on this video. A quick thanks again for watching this one and all my other FM26 save idea videos, which again, you can find a playlist in the eye above if you've missed them, or any of our fireside chats about the new features. And I'll see you again next time to confirm my very own FM26 plans across all platforms and look ahead to the upcoming beta. I'll see you there.